Thank you, Shar Jackson, and welcome. We're so happy you're here. There is love here, there is grace here. Best of all, there is a safe and sacred place here. We are feeling the steady healing of hearts and minds and souls. We are one. There is love here, there is grace here. Best of all, there is a safe and sacred place here. We are feeling the steady healing of hearts and minds and souls. We are one. There is love here and grace, for there is God in this space, the one presence and the one power that goes by many names, whose center is everywhere and circumference is nowhere, everywhere present. And we are one with this one and can never be separated from it. So it's from this place of oneness I speak a word of blessing on our time together, knowing that all the love, life, light, power, peace, beauty, and joy of God are here and now present, living, moving, and having their being in, as, and through us. These and so many more beautiful qualities we call forth to say thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. There is love here, there is grace here. Best of all, there is a safe and sacred place here. We are feeling the steady healing of hearts and minds and souls. We are one of hearts and minds and souls. We are one. And so it is.
A lovely way to start our day, huh? Good morning, everyone. Hi. Welcome to Unity Explains, a positive path for spiritual living. My name is Dallas Traylor, and I am serving as your platform assistant today. Please take a moment to silence your phones, if you would, please. Thank you. And now I invite you to stand as you are able and join us in our congregational song, and that's I Release and I Let Go.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit, 'cause I'm only here for God. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Let us greet our neighbor and say good morning.
Yeah. Well, good morning. Okay, good job. We would also like to acknowledge those who are tuning in online, either now or later. Thank you for joining us. This week, we're blessed to have our spiritual leader, Megon McDonough, with us. And her talk title today, say that 10 times fast, Where is "And Jesus Laughed" in the Bible? I don't know. We'll find out. And we'd like to welcome and thank our musicians, Shar Jackson. Hey, Shar. And of course, Megon McDonough. And now our chaplains, please.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gail,
I'm Cindy.
and we are your chaplains this morning, and it's our joy and our honor to be here and to share prayer with you. So after today's service, if you would like to pray, we're here for you, and everything is held in confidence and in our hearts. So we're going to join together, and either in your bulletin or on the screen, we're going to read together our vision statement. Empowering and evolving consciousness that spiritually transforms the world through an awakening oneness. And just to take a moment and breathe that in. And now we'll share our invocation from Charles Fillmore. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I acknowledge your presence and your power, O blessed Spirit. In your divine wisdom, now erase my human limitations, and from your pure substance of love, bring into manifestation my world according to your perfect law. Amen.
Thank you. And we would like to give a heartfelt welcome to our newcomers. If this is your first time here, please raise your hand and keep it raised. Anybody? Anyone? Yes, we do. We have one newcomer. Thank you. Our ushers will bring you a welcome packet with information about our church and a contact card that you can take to the bookstore for a free gift. And you'll get a car. I hope you get a car somewhere. Because we want to be known as the church that gives away cars. There you go. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, we welcome you and we're glad you are here. Please join us in the fellowship hall for coffee, tea, snacks after the service. We'd love to get to know you better. And now, the daily word. And the daily word for today is resilient. Courageous and strong, I am resilient. Everyone who gets knocked down from time to time has the choice whether to give up or get up. Getting up and gathering the strength and desire to try again is resilience. Spiritual living helps me build it. Claiming divine ideas in prayer, engaging the power of my imagination to envision my success, and using my wisdom and will to discern the best way forward and choose it, all help me be resilient in the face of defeat or discouragement. That was a long sentence. Through the power of the Christ within, I am willing to keep trying until I succeed. I understand setbacks happen to everyone. I do not let them deter me or take a failed effort personally. I'm strong and capable of doing what I set my mind to. I am resilient. And the Bible verse is, keep alert. Stand firm in your faith. Be courageous, be strong. And that's 1 Corinthians. And now let's prepare for meditation by singing our meditation song, Our Thoughts, Our Prayers.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always here. And every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers. As we settle into our seat, clear our laps of any distraction, opening our hands, our hearts, and our minds. To this moment. To the peace of this moment. Saying farewell to a busy weekend. Or maybe a weekend filled with friends and fun and heat. And as we drop into our body and the present moment, realizing that there's so much time spent in the mind. Let's breathe. And release thought that is always going. The mind always looking for a reason, always looking for a solution, always creating need for solutions. Let's breathe. Let's be where our hands are. Sometimes when we get very still and present, feeling the vibration of our hands, the sort of sparkling energy in our hands. Realizing that this energy moves through us all the time. But if I'm thinking, I don't feel it because I'm thinking. Feeling the present moment. Feeling. Letting go. And breathing. When the mind gets going again, it's just doing what the mind does. I can return to the breath. And remember the word for today: resilient, courageous and strong. I am resilient. Courageous and strong. I am resilient. Sometimes courage is a quiet thing. Quiet power. Quiet strength. We take this courage, this strength, and this resilience back to the heart. That is the symbol of courage. And our oneness with all strength. How good it is to be resilient, courageous, and strong. We step into this. Know that it is so. And so it is. As we come back into our seat, into the room, and into this moment. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. So this month, we are focusing on joy, humor, being in the moment. And I heard recently that when Jesus said, it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter heaven. That it was actually a joke, that he was joking. He was making an observation. And the eye of the needle was the door next to the great gate to the walled city. And if the merchants who had been on the desert came back to the city late and the bridge had been raised, they had to go through the door called the Eye of the Needle to get back into the city. And if their camel was heavy laden with their merchandise, they would have to unpack the camel, push all of that through the Eye of the Needle, and then the camel would literally get down on all fours and go through the Eye of the Needle. It was not an easy task. So, see, it's not impossible to be wealthy and get into heaven. I'm just saying. This is a song by my friend Christine Lavin. Oh no, I'm looking for my glasses again. I put them down. I turned around and then I could not find them. Now I can't find them 'cause I can't see, 'cause I can't find my glasses. Oh, woe is me. I can't drive my car and I can't read, but I can order a pizza and watch TV. Oh no, where is that remote control? It's got to be here. I saw it 5 minutes ago, but can I find it now? No, but the doorbell rings, it's the pizza guy. Good thing I don't need my glasses to eat pizza pie. He tells me it's $20. I say 1 minute. My purse has all my money in it. Oh no, now I'm looking for my purse. Just when things were getting better, they've taken a turn for the worse. This is a curse. I explain my situation, how I can't see. Why is the pizza man now laughing at me? I'm searching around the table and under the bed. Why is he pointing toward the top of my head? Here they are. And what is that there on the floor? Yes, it's my purse. It's holding my car keys and there's the remote control behind the door. Now I can eat pizza and watch the news. Chill out, lose these annoying blues. But first there's one phone call I need to return. Oh my God, where's my phone? When will I learn? Oh no, I'm looking for my glasses again. Thank you, Christine Lavin. I was in a band with Chris for many years called the Four Bitchin' Babes. I can only say the name of that band here at Unity because you all are open-minded and you take it as fun. And 34 years ago today, I was over at Lutheran General having just had a baby. My son is 34 today. I have no idea how that happened. I don't know where the time went. Jimmy Carrane has been teaching improv in Chicago for over 30 years. He has hosted the critically acclaimed podcast, Improv Nerd. If you haven't heard it, it's available online. And has written 3 books on the subject. He has taught everyone from beginners to experienced improvisers to employees of Fortune 500 companies. He has worked at Second City, I.O. Chicago, and the Annoyance Theater. You might have seen him pop up on TV shows or in movies such as Shining Girls, on Apple, Chicago PD, Public Enemies, The Playboy Club, Natural Born Killers, The Untouchables, ER, an early edition. I could go on, but I'd rather talk to Jimmy Carrane. Please welcome my friend and teacher, Jimmy Carrane.
Okay, I got this one. Great.
He's got that.
I want to get a little closer to you. Can we move it down here just a little?
Yes.
Because I'm a control freak. Okay.
And I want to get my questions.
Get your questions. You need your questions. Yes.
Because they're dandy. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Thank you for your patience. We're professionals. Don't try this at home.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's stuck under that one. This is like a bit.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere.
What do you need? What did you?
Just my cord to be longer.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
Oh my God, it's good to be here.
It's good to see you.
Yes.
Thanks for getting up early. Of course,
yes.
you've been up early. You've got a child of your
Yes,
own.
I have a 9-year-old. I was 52 when I had my
Oh,
daughter. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what's good about it? I was very self-conscious about it, but is she's never going to have to worry as I get older that she's going to have to take care of me because I'm going to be dead. So, yeah. I like to start out dark and then go light. Yeah,
Okay, see?
Yeah.
You'll hear it all here.
Yeah.
Oh, and I do want to, forgive me, people streaming in. I forget to welcome you, and we're so happy you're here. And we wish you could come to the class. And if you're in the Chicago area, 12:30. Yeah. We're having it. Jimmy will be teaching an improv class. How many of you are coming? Oh, we're going to have a full house. On second thought, those of you in cyberspace.
Right.
Okay.
We hate to rescind the offer, but
yeah.
It's hard to be popular. It really is.
Yes, it is. It is. It can be tough. So my first question is, who taught you how to drive?
Who taught me how to drive?
Yeah.
I went to New Trier High School, and so I had a driver's ed instructor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you a good driver to this day?
I'm a very cautious driver, and it's funny that you say that because I was just in Pennsylvania with my wife and my daughter, and we were driving, and it was dark, and my wife's like, "Turn here," and I turned here, and the next thing I know, there was lights behind me. The policeman pulled us over because you couldn't make a turn there. And what really bothers me is my father-in-law, he drives in Pennsylvania like it's the Autobahn, and he never gets a ticket. And he goes, "You're the safest driver," and I always get tickets. So I don't know what that is.
So it was Lauren's fault, basically.
Yes,
she told you
I wanted
turn.
to say that, but I'm here at Unity. I'm not, I'm forgiving. I'm forgiving.
Yeah. And the basics of
But
life.
I just want to say this: forgiveness it costs $200 today. So.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And it's not. There's no one to blame really when you're at traffic court.
Yes. Yeah.
$200. I know it's expensive. But
I just want to say about driver's ed. So I went to New Trier, and I cheated my way through New Trier. But that was one class I didn't cheat on.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just want to say, if you're going to cheat, the best school in the country, you can't beat cheating at the best school in the country.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and if you were to cheat at driver's ed, what would that look like?
I don't
think you could do it.
No, I don't think you could do
right?
it. You get other people to drive for you.
Yeah.
Right. Which is called Uber. It's actually called Uber. Yeah.
So, Jim, were you the funniest person in your family?
Yes, I was the funniest person in my family.
And how old were you
so
when you realized that?
I was probably when I discovered I was funny was probably around maybe 4th grade, somewhere in there. So and this is how I really ended up teaching improv. So I grew up in a family that was very, I guess we call it dysfunctional today, and you weren't allowed to express your emotions. And so, I was one of 5 kids, and so there wasn't much attention. So that was me being the funniest was my way of getting attention.
I wouldn't know a thing about
No,
that.
I didn't think you would. I didn't think you would relate to that at all.
We just parlayed it into a career, my friend, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we're alone.
And my dad used to say, I'd make my brothers laugh, and he'd say, "Oh, you're never going to make a living at that." And I've been in comedy for 30 years, and he was right,
But I can't relate to that either.
Yeah.
Okay, before you found improv, did you have any idea that you wanted to be? Well, I guess when in
I
the fourth
did
grade.
want to go into comedy.
Yeah.
So
or just perform
Yes,
and,
I did, because I would perform at parties and make my brothers and sisters laugh, and I really loved that attention. And then I think I was like in high school, and we went down. We saw Second City, and you guys gone down to see Second City or no Second City, and I was like, oh, that's something I could do. And then after I graduated high school, I didn't know what I was going to do. It was like a gap year before they called it a gap year. They just called you a loser, you know? And so I started taking improv classes, and everything that I had been punished for in school and at home, I was now being rewarded. And so I was like, I found my people. You know, it was all like-minded people.
Yeah,
and
yes.
it changed my life. It actually saved my life.
Yeah. Did you go to Catholic school?
No, but I was raised Catholic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you dodged a bullet,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You dodged, and a lot of material, I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, but it's funny because everybody who meets me always thinks I'm Jewish, you know, and they're like,
Right.
"Oh my God, you're so Jewish." I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'm self-taught, you know.
What would you tell a young person starting out versus what you would tell someone advanced age about improv or starting improv? Or
I think two things I would tell them. One is, and you about making mistakes. You know, go ahead and make mistakes. And I think, you know, when people say, what do you, you know, what is improv? What do you teach? I would say the two things I teach you is it's okay to make mistakes. You know, we you know, you're not doing anything wrong, and we need to use them. So if somebody says something on stage, you can't say, no, I don't want to use that. You have to use everything that's given to you. And so if somebody says something that you don't maybe agree with or whatever, you have to just go with it. And so there are no mistakes. The other thing is joy. I really believe that's why I've been teaching it for 30 years. I didn't have joy growing up. I'm trying to get more play, you know, that play that I miss as a kid, you know, that over responsible codependent kid. I'm trying to really, you know, I'm teaching what I need to learn, you know, and it's about joy. And I think improv, especially with the games and the exercises, and hopefully the people that'll come to the workshop will get to discover it. I'm sorry for the people online who won't be able to, but that these exercises get you out of your own way so you can be more in the present.
And if I may, this just occurred to me, speaking of online,
Mm-hmm.
you're the one person I know who is teaching improv online. I've taken your
Yes,
online
yeah.
class. It's remarkable. It's really you pulled a rabbit out of a hat with that one.
But you know, it was interesting because when COVID hit, I was like, oh God, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is, you know, I can't teach in person. And I was terrified of doing it because I'm not very technical. And so I must have called 3 people, and they said, look, you can do it. And they walked me through it. And one guy, Kevin Riom, who teaches at Second City, he just gave me his lesson plan. He stayed on the phone for an hour and gave me his lesson plan. And that's the other thing about improv is, you know, I think a lot of people think improv is stand-up and they have to get up there and be on the spot. But with improv, and if you've been in 12-step programs, you don't do it alone. And there's something about not doing it alone that gives you the courage and the strength and the support to take risks that you never thought you could do. You know, the best improv when I'm on stage is when I'm surprised myself with what I'm saying that's coming out of my mouth, and you're surprising me what's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like you're channeling, really.
Yeah. I was not good when I first when I studied with Paul Sills, who's kind of a big mucky muck, and he was kind of an angry, cantankerous guy, you know,
with low blood sugar.
Yeah, with low blood sugar. Yeah. Everybody knows that about it.
Right.
But after lunch, he was a little bit more mellow. You know?
But when his blood suger went down, he would throw things at you, right?
Yeah, right. And the first time I got up, he kind of yells. I was with others. What are you doing? He said, sit down. The shame, you know, I'm like, but I was performing. Mm-hmm. And that has taken me a lot of time to let go of. Improv is also not performing. It's like you say, it's almost like channeling. But the spiritual aspect to improv is what I wanted.
Okay, so there's so many principles to it. One is, I think, and I think you reminded me of this quote that Del Close used to say, it's not about being funny. And I think that's, a lot of people put pressure on themselves to be funny. It's not about being funny. It's about making your partner look good. So whatever Megan gives me, I have to accept. So if you say, oh, we're married, I can't say, no, we're not. I have to say, oh my God, we've been married, happily married now for 15 years. Happy anniversary, honey. So now
And then I could say, we've been married 25.
Right. And like, oh.
We've been happily married 15.
Okay, so now she's adding to that, right? She's adding to that, right? Because she agreed to it, she's adding to that, all right? And so that makes it funny, but she's making me look good. The other thing is being in the moment, and just like laughter, just like you guys just laughed at what Megan said, it's because you're rewarding us for being in the present. If Megan had something rehearsed, you probably wouldn't laugh. So being in front of an audience really, it teaches us to be in the present, because the audience rewards us with laughter or applause, or sometimes we don't like this, but sometimes they're groan. But still, you're in the presence. And the other thing, and if you're a student of Course in Miracles, we're all one, collectively one Son of God. And I think, and I hope you guys get to experience it in the workshop today, is even if it's with 8 people or if the class is 15 people, you get to experience that oneness. And you'll know that you're experiencing that oneness by going, oh my God, I was going to say that word. Or we both had the same idea at the same time. That to me is just confirmation that we are one.
That makes me kind of tear up.
Yeah, yeah.
It does, to think that the principles are so in alignment.
Yes.
With the Course and with Unity teachings. Have you found that when you started, and the more you've taught, and you've taught for so long, and I've seen you, I've seen your show, World's Greatest Dad, which is incredible. And your first, would you talk a little bit about your first one-man show?
So my first one-man show was, I'm 27, I still live at home, and I sell office supplies. And I can just tell you, it's not true anymore, thank God. And that was my first show. And I'd studied with Del Close, and what Del had said was, you can get on stage and just tell the truth, and you'll get laughs. And so that's what I did. I was living at home, I was selling office supplies. My mom and I would get in fights over Diet Coke and the Ruffles potato chips and things like that. But it was all true.
The truth is funny, and it just occurred to me that we are Unity Truth students. So I think improv is really in terrific alignment with
and
that.
I think, to me, it's really important. Like I'm in so many recovery groups right now. Like, they're running out of steps, And but one thing I've learned in the 12-step program is go in there and tell, be honest. And what I do with comedy, I think, is, or what I try to do with comedy is tell a truth about myself, but make it funny. And there's something healing in that. I did a show about my dad. My dad was a white collar criminal. He went to prison for 3 years. And back then in the suburbs, you didn't know anybody from the suburbs that went to prison. Thank God that's changed. And and when he got out, people, when he got out, I went out to lunch and I said, Dad, what was prison like? And he goes, don't tell your mother, but it was the best years of my life. And so that was, my dad actually said that, and I kind of had to finagle it to make it funny, but that was a very painful, my dad going to prison was there was a lot of shame that didn't belong to me. And so I did that. I did that show to turn that into something that was funny. And you guys laughing every time you laugh and an audience laughs, it heals me, it makes it speakable. And that was not something in my house that was allowed, My dad went to prison. We didn't talk about it, and then I did a show and I started to talk about it, and, my family didn't want to hear it,
Yeah. What was that like?
It was intense, My mom was very upset about it.
Sure.
And then, you know, in the show, there's my dad dies, and he wanted me to speak at his funeral. And then my family didn't want me to speak at my dad's funeral, and because they were afraid that I was going to joke about my dad and stuff like that. And so it became I mean, they had to call in the police, you know.
Remember.
And so there was a lot of my family had stopped talking to me. So then I do this show, and in some ways it repaired some of those relationships. And it's funny because, you know, I had a very complicated relationship with my dad, but doing that show made me feel closer to my dad. And I love my dad today more than I've ever done. And I believe it's because I did that show. And when I get up on stage and joke about the jokes I just did about my dad, I feel connected to my dad. That's all I can say. I mean, there's a tingly feeling that's going on right now. You might not see it back there in the audience, but there's a tingly feeling. And that's, to me, the healing power of humor. But for me to have that healing power, there's got to be some honesty and some reveal in there.
Yeah.
And if it's just honest, then you're borderline therapy. And, you know, that doesn't work either if people are paying for a comedy show.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
If you're going to do therapy, you're the one paying, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, and I paid dearly.
Right.
And it's been helpful.
I'm still paying it off, you know. And we don't, in my house, we're not saving for college for my daughter. We're saving for therapy.
For therapy.
Right.
Yeah. And you have taught therapists.
I have taught therapists. Yeah. Yeah.
What's that like?
Well, you know, it's surprising that they're very in their head.
No kidding.
You know, so and it's funny because, you know, I think improv, you know, people are intimidated because they do think it's stand-up. They do think they're going to be put on the spot. And therapists, you know, they're in the business of being right, you know, or at least the ones I went to. And so to let go of that stuff, but it happens, you know, it happens over a couple hours. They will let go of that and they'll start having fun. And when you're starting to laugh and have fun, to me, that's when you've just invited God in, you know?
Yes. God is definitely in the humor, and the anxiety shield sort of lowers, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When people start to laugh, it's very much for me like letting go of performing.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it's letting go of performing. I think it's you know, it's the Course in Miracles, love versus fear. It's going towards the love and away from the fear.
Yes.
You know, and the thing is, you're being supported by other people, and I think that's really important, especially if you're in 12-step. You're not doing it alone. We are powerless over fill in the blank, whatever your addiction is.
Yes.
Mine is about 8 of them, so I don't want to bore you guys, but it's a we program, and there's some like even here today. You know, we've come together as a community and we get so much more out of it. And I think about when I go to the health club, and I'm like, oh, it's so crowded. Oh, I wish these people would leave. But the truth of the matter is I always end up doing the best workouts when there's more people there. And I think it's the same thing with coming together. And I had heard something which is really true, is the opposite of addiction is connection. And I think, you know, that's true for anything. You know, isolation, loneliness, fear, it's connection. And when I get around people, my fear goes away, you know?
Yeah. Have you found that in all the years, and especially with starting out, you're quicker on your feet, you're more in the moment? I mean, you've been doing improv a long time.
I think what it's really helped me in, you know, you can teach it and you can be in a class, but then when you do it in your life, that's when the rubber hits the road.
Yes.
And I learned that, you know, it's made me a much better father in terms of when when my daughter was 3 or 4, like they don't care about your agenda. So I remember getting in the car and we were going somewhere and she was crying and she was having a meltdown. And I'm like, okay, we got to turn around and you know, got to bring her back in the house, and we can't go to the store, you know. So it's about, you know, improv. It teaches me everything we get is a gift. So every obstacle, you know, if we get in line and the line at the Jewel is 20 people, that's a gift. How do we deal with that? How do we recover from that? How do we use that, you know, to make our life more peaceful and more joyful?
Yeah. For me, it was really a God connection that came so suddenly with the thought, stop thinking.
Yeah.
And also, Paul Sills said, put your hand out. Something will be there. I think a big fear, certainly one of mine starting out, and for a lot of people, is I won't know what to do. I won't know what to say. I won't. And Corky Siegel, I'll never forget, said the greatest thing that his guru taught him. We were teaching a songwriting class, and he told the students, he said that his guru told him, if you never want to have stage fright again, never criticize another performer. Mm-hmm. Because that's the big fear. Not that you can't do it, but that you'll be judged for what you can do.
So I think what the games do in improvisation and the exercises
Yes.
is it works around your ego. It's a workaround on your ego, and it does suspend your judgment, you know. Right. And so I think that's what makes it's so powerful. And right. if as you know, Course in Miracles students, if we remove the ego, then limitless
possibilities.
So that's what happens, and we'll talk about this in the class more. But just agreeing to people's ideas, just saying yes to someone's idea, that again is a workaround of the ego. To me, that's going towards love versus the ego. That's choosing the other teacher, because you're going to come up in improv in this workshop. You're going to come up with ideas that you could never have done on your own.
Yeah, I think it would be a great remedy for what's going on out there. To agree
on Central Street. Okay. The traffic? Okay. The parking situation at Unity? Okay.
The political situation?
Yeah.
Now, listen, I love musical improv.
I know you do.
And so, would you be game for...
Sure. Okay. If you want to do it, I'd be game for it.
So I had this idea, and who was in the creativity class here a couple months ago? We took we did a little songwriting exercise and used the melody of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, which is 7 syllables every line. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, right? So I thought, I'll start us out and with where is God in all of this? Okay, that'll be the first line. I'll sing the first line, Jimmy will sing the second line. If anybody out here has an idea for a line, you can participate.
Does anybody have a line for an idea right now? Yes.
I am as God created me.
What did you say?
I am as God created me.
I think we should start with that.
Okay.
To really challenge ourselves. Now, I'm going to just say I'm scared. I'm not good at musical improv, but here's the thing. I'm going to do it anyways, and I'm going to do it poorly. All right, here we go.
Yeah. I'm going to go for a C.
Okay. All right. What's our first line?
I am as God created me.
Okay.
I am as God created me.
Just like he did with the big blue sea.
And as he did with the birds and the bees.
I think I'd like to say sneeze.
Sneeze is what I sometimes do.
I'd rather do that than eat a shoe. I don't know about you, but I felt God's presence.
I did.
I really did.
I definitely felt God's presence. So, any questions before we close? This has been so much fun, but the fun will
back
continue.
here.
Other than today, where do we find you?
Okay, so you can go online at jimmycarrain.com. I also teach at the Laughing Academy, which is just up the road here, or down the road in Glenview. So I teach on Wednesday nights, and I just started a new class, but in 5 weeks we'll be starting a new class. But you can go to jimmycarrain.com, and I teach online and in person.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yes.
I just want to clarify the starting time for today. I noticed on the weekly class it said 1 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
so it was between. It was originally 12:30. We weren't sure we could get in Fellowship Hall, so we're going to shoot for 12:30 ish. Okay, we'll be in here. We won't be in fellowship hall. We will give the chaplains time to pray with folks. Everybody can go grab a bite to eat before class, but we are going to shoot for 12:30. And I'm sorry for the confusion.
And it's yes.
Can you still sign up?
Yes, can't you? Yeah.
I think so. Yes, we have a
Yeah.
couple.
It's just an hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just an hour. Yeah, short and sweet.
And you'll get a good night's sleep tonight. I promise you.
Yes, yes.
What forms of payment are you taking?
Credit cards, none of the beads that you give.
Right, and we're not taking like
Bones.
bones or big screen TVs or used bikes or anything like that. We no longer barter for the workshop.
And we even take an ancient form. It's $25. P.S. We even take an ancient form of exchange called cash.
Yeah.
Every time I'm at the grocery store, I'm like, "This is an ancient form of."
Right, you know what my dad joke to that is? Do you still take cash? Yeah, you can use that. That's free.
See? So here's the thing. So I love. Lately, I'm not as quick.
Right.
You know.
That's with age. I'm going to tell you right now.
Hey.
I'm talking about me, not you.
But I realize
Because I'm older than you.
No.
No, I'm just,
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
yes.
all
You're
right,
older than
yes.
me. Yeah. Okay.
There's enough room that we just showed up.
Yes.
Yes.
So I got this book the other day, and I just noticed yesterday that I think it's so ambitious that there's a book called Stolen Focus. Why You Can't Pay Attention. And I thought, this is ambitious to think that I could pay attention long enough to read this book, but I'm encouraged still because my focus is not what it could be. Any suggestions for that, Jimmy, before we?
Focus in terms of improv?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what improv teaches that I think is very valuable today, especially because people, and that includes me, like I said, I'm learning, I'm teaching what I need to learn, is listening. We all have, if we're having a conversation, we all have scripts in our head on what we're going to say the next thing out of our mouth. What happens in improv is you can't plan. You just got to react. Right. And I think and if you focus, going back to making your partner look good, we're so, I think with social media and all that stuff, we're so focused on ourselves. Yeah. And the thing about improv that's such a relief is we're focused on our partner. And if we make our partner look good, I'm going to share you a little secret, you're going to look good. That's I think that's a great way to end it, don't you?
I would say so. I'm thinking about...
Are we going to sing it out? We're singing out?
I'm going to sing you the song that I thought about writing that I improv'd the other day.
Okay.
So, and I do 2 special music songs.
Okay, and is this one of them?
So this is the
okay,
last
great.
one.
Okay, here we go.
It goes like this.
Okay.
Now, this was improv.
Okay, great. Okay.
I don't know. 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 That I don't know.
Now, it's funny you say that because I came up with one too.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's as far as I got.
Okay. Work on it. I can help
you. I will. Thank you very much.
Jimmy Crane. Thank you. Oh, sweet. God is funny. I don't know. What's new? my script. That was really my last song.
Oh yeah, I was enjoying this so much. I said, "Oh, I can improv this." This is the time in our service to share your offerings and tithes with Unity Displays, and so I can't improv that. We thank those here in the room today and those who are watching later for your generous support. Because of you, our doors are open and our church's needs are being met. And we are so very grateful. As our ushers come forward, please hold your gift in your hands and recite our offering prayer together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, and so it is.
We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed. And speaking of blessings, we bless these tithes and offerings as well as these prayers, knowing that they go forth to do a mighty work, that every prayer is answered, every heart is filled with divine love and prosperity. We are so grateful that Unity is a tithing church. We say, we can't outgive God, but we're going to try. Thank you for your tithes and offerings. So it is.
Yes. We honor and welcome all contributions, time, talent, and treasure. If you have time or a talent to contribute, please let a board member know how you would like to be involved. Thank you for your generous tithes. In addition to the Sunday collection, checks can be mailed to us and donations can be made online at unitydisplays.org. The lovely pulpit flowers are donated today by Don Dagramond, also known as Don. We know him well as Don, in dedication to his daughter who made tenure at the University of Georgia. Wow, what an accomplishment. Yeah. Thank you, Don, and you must be very proud, I'm sure. Remember, you too can be a flower angel. Pick your special date and sign up in the lobby. The fee is $35, and they are yours to keep after the service. And now for our announcements. It says here, reminder about the improv class. So remember, 12:30-ish, okay, back here in the sanctuary, and for a fun improv class with Jimmy Caron. Okay, Sunday, August 24th is our annual church picnic. Join us for food, fun, and fellowship. The sign-up sheet for food and helping is on the table by the flower sign-up sheet. And of course, we all know where that is, right in the lobby. Okay, so they'll all be together there. September 21st is our annual meeting at noon here in the sanctuary. Everyone is welcome to attend, but only members can vote. Remember, please exit the sanctuary quietly as the chaplains are in prayer with congregants. And now we are going to sing in the children with We Are Walking in the Light. Walking in the light, the light, the light. Walking in the light of God. In the light, in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God.
morning, everyone. Beautiful day and some beautiful children here this morning. Yahoo! And we're still talking about nature. What a beautiful day to talk about nature. What was the book that we read?
I wish I were a butterfly.
What animal, insect, it was an insect, not animal. What insect was not happy with what he was?
Cricket.
The cricket. He thought he was ugly, but he discovered he wasn't. Who helped him see that he was special?
A spider.
A spider, yes, the wise old spider. And also a beautiful butterfly came by, and he said, I wished I was a cricket. And why did he want to be a cricket? What's special? What?
Because the cricket started to make music.
God made us all special, all of us. And we are glad to be who we are, just as nature intended us to be. Okay, we have a lot of fun things coming up for Sunday school, so look for the announcements, things to come. So we're going to be getting busy here back there. Okay, now let's stand, sing, and pray.
The love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.